Okay. So let's start today warming up your hands and your wrists. So clasp your hands together and then start to turn your hands this way. So you're just really, it's sort of a figure 8 that you're making here. Get all of the blood and energy circulating into all of the fingers and into the joints. There's lots of complicated bones in your hands, especially in the wrists. This can help to really prevent some kind of arthritis in your hands, or it can make you feel better after you've moved a little bit. And it's the kind of thing, I guess you could do it anywhere, a little conversation starter, right? Or stopper. I don't know which way here we go. And now start to make it a little bit into your elbows and then twist from the hips and the waist. So as your left hip comes forward, the left arm goes up and the left elbow. So you're turning a little bit. I always say twist from the hips and the waist, but it's really more the hips, very little bit through the waist. And now start to concentrate a little more on your breath. Breathe in and out freely. Start to feel your shoulders warming up. And then reverse that. So elbow and hip go back. You want, you can turn and look back a little bit behind you. If you can, keep your legs a little bit bent, your knees at least soft. You don't really shift your weight too much, but a little bit. Go a little bit from left to right. And then bring your hands still clasped in front of you and inhale and exhale and push your hands to the front and stretch in between your shoulder blades. Do that a few more times. Inhale and exhale. Do one more time. And now keep your arms out in front of you and inhale. And then exhale and pull your arm over to the side. And you'll feel a little bit of a stretch into your shoulder and in between your shoulder blades on the one side. And then turn a little bit. And then inhale, come back to the center and exhale. And stretch into your shoulder, upper back. And if you want to, you can add a little bit of twist from your hips and your waist, but look the opposite way. Breathe in and breathe out as you twist. Once more on each side. And then bring your arms down, shake out a little bit. And then we'll have knocking on the door of life. So start to tap around your waist, the front and the back. Stimulate important acupoints on your lower back and also all your organs. Just relax your shoulders. Again, initiate the movement from your hips moving. That little bit of a twist. And then start to tap underneath your collarbone. Stimulate more in the lungs, your chest. And then tap on top of your shoulder. Keep relaxing your shoulders. This is to remind you to let go of the weight of the world that you're carrying on your shoulders. And then start to work your way back down again. Just breathe comfortably. If you want to breathe out through your mouth, you can release some excess tension. And then bring it back down around your waist. And then next time you exhale, go ahead and turn that into water waves. Go to a very soft, flowing movement. Feel the contrast between knocking on the door of life, which is very yang, and this movement, which is very yin, stretching the parameters of our energy. Feel your hands, feel your fingertips. And then slowly let that wind down. Now let's do a little bit more vigorous exercise. Let's do the pump. So you bend your knees, swing your arms up, and then bend your knees, swing your arms back. Kind of tilt forward a little bit here. Inhale and exhale. Imagine you're guiding your energy through your upper body into your lower back and up through your legs as you pump your knees a little bit, pumping energy, or that earth energy up through your feet and up into your lower abdomen and lower back. Also, you can imagine as you're throwing your arms back, you're throwing away stress. And then maybe you can pick it up a little bit. 2 more times. And then let that wind down. One more, a little more vigorous exercise. Let's do clearing with a side arm swing. So you bring your arms up. And when you exhale, you bend your knees and throw one arm to the front, one arm to the back. Inhale and exhale. Exhale through your mouth. Let go of stress. Throw away worries. Let go of any burdens you're carrying. Feel your arms and your shoulder and upper back all warming up. And then let that wind down and just take a moment to feel your body waking up the energy flow, your arms, legs, torso, all over you. Okay, and now let's do a little bit more with the neck and shoulders. So spreading the feathers. So palms face forward here. Then you inhale, you scoop in a big handful of energy and then twist. So the palms face either out or maybe back. And then turn. Inhale, exhale. And pull your chin in on this one. There's a tendency to, yeah, so avoid that chin out and twist. So the top of your head is more towards the ceiling or the heavens. Inhale and exhale. Get really tall. Let your shoulders relax down your back. Wring out the lines of tension that run down your arms. And now one more time, and then hold that position. And then just tilt your head over to the side. You want to just let your head naturally go over to the side without forcing it. But if you want to add a little bit more stretch, then stretch into that opposite arm, stretch that away. And then you can start to let your head roll forward and back. You've already warmed up around the shoulders and upper back into your arms. Now let's just stretch into your neck. It feels so good. Just gently. And then let your head roll over to the other side. Just let your head naturally and gently lean over to the side. Reach out with that opposite hand. And then roll your head to the front, to the back. Notice how that feels. Maybe this side's a little tighter. It is on me, and this side's a little tighter. Keep reaching away with that opposite arm to the way your head is tilted. And then roll your head to the front. Relax your arms down and feel your shoulders, feel your arms. And now let's do the other side. So now palms are facing back here. And then inhale, scoop energy into your system, and then exhale and twist. So you're twisting and wringing out energy here. Pull your chin in. Again, inhale and exhale. Two more times. And now tilt your head over to the side. We're stretching out the lines of tension on the other side of your arms and into your neck. And then roll your head to the front and the back, just gently opening up the tension and the tightness. You can breathe out through your mouth. Reach away with your arm. And then roll your head around to the other side. And then roll forward and back. And then next time your head comes forward, go ahead and roll your head to the front and relax your arms down. Take a minute to feel your body. Take out your legs a little bit and then put your hands on your thighs, legs a little wider, and then move the body like a river. Hips start over to one side, then your head is the last thing to finally get over there, just like seaweed in the ocean, going along with the waves, with the tide. And then you can, if you want to, lean forward a little bit more. Relax your spine, relax your shoulders. And then come back to the center and then do a forward fold. So you can balance on your thighs, or if you want to, just hang all the way over. Take all the stress off of your lower back into your sacrum. And then slowly stand up, clasp your hands, reach your arms up over your head, and then arms out and down to the sides. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a floor exercise. So especially the beginning part of this, it can be done seated. We're going to do a little meridian massage. So if you want, you can spread out a blanket. And it always is nice if you want to sit on a pillow or a bolster, just like that. And then, so you can sit down in a chair if you want to do this. You might need to do just one leg at a time, but you'll see how it's done. It feels really good. And so if you're seated, I hope you can still see what I'm doing here pretty well. Right here, I think I'm going to take the camera down so it will kind of go all over the place at first, and then I think you'll be able to just see a lot better. Yes, I think that's okay. So sit with the bottoms of your feet together. It doesn't have to be close in. It can be out a little bit like that. And then we're going to go up the 3 yin meridians that go up the side inside of your legs. So the spleen meridian is, if you feel along here, there's a bone. And then if you go more to the back of your leg, you kind of fall off of that, and there's muscle back here. So if you just kind of walk along that little area at the edge of your shin bone here. And I just like to walk up one side at a time, kind of elephant walk, we used to call it, and that was in Thai massage. You go all the way up. You may find some interesting little sore points. If you go up and down a few times, that should dissipate as you open up whatever's going on there, whatever energy is stuck. Yeah. So you go all the way up, maybe all the way down. Later on, now that you know about this, you can do this while you're maybe doing various things, maybe on the computer. No, maybe not on the computer. Maybe watching TV or listening to something. You can do this. And now let's go down to the bottom again. And then just with about the width of your thumb back towards the back of your leg, that is more the area of the liver meridian, another yin meridian. So just kind of go up that little bit of an area. There's lots of points that are along in here. So you just kind of press. Later on, if you want to, you can go over these more times. You might not find anything that's sore on this one. You might. Just if you find it in one place, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to find lots of others. And then when we get back to the bottom here towards your ankle, now we'll go in a little bit more towards the back, and that would be where the kidney meridian is. A little bit more towards the Achilles tendon here. So just in general, we're getting like a nice wide swath that we're going up and down. And then come back down. And then next, once you get all the way back down, we're going to do the upper part of your inner thigh. So for this one, we use this massage tool, your elbow. So just hold on to your leg to stabilize it. And then you just kind of press in. If you want to, you can do little circles on that inner thigh. And it's less easy to just say, here's where that line is. So we'll just do something general for the inner thigh here, where you have numerous structures. There's the inner thigh muscles here, few attachments, and those same meridians are going along the inner thigh as well. So you can just kind of go in general, make it a little bit wider by going in a different, slightly different area. And I always find when I do this side, it's a lot more sore than the other side. It has to do with imbalances that are from what's going on in my back and in my hips. It makes these muscles, and the muscles work harder, and then the meridians are a little more stuck. And now let's do the same thing on the other side. So you stabilize, and then you use your elbow to kind of either you can just press and release, or if you want to, you can do little circles and really try to go a little bit deeper. If you're very sensitive, then just start out lightly. Kind of search around in a wide area and see what that feels like. Just feels really good to give a little self-massage to this area, get things really moving again. And then go ahead and just stretch your legs out and give it a little bit of a shake. Ah, it feels good. Now, you notice I'm sitting up a little bit higher. It makes it a little bit easier to stretch. So then open your legs a little bit wide and try to sit up as straight as you can. And then turn a little bit over towards your right leg. And then you just stretch gently. That's the Tai Chi Tao Yin kind of way of doing it. So you just inhale and then exhale and gently stretch over and then come back. Breathe in and breathe out. After you've done this a few times, you probably start to limber up and get more flexible. You don't want to overstretch, so make it so it's still gentle. But if you're all stretched out and you want to, you can just hold on to your toes. Breathe in here and breathe out. You're directing energy up and down your leg. And then this time, just hold on to the inside of your leg, and then hold on here if you want to, or wherever it feels comfortable. And then just instead of stretch, release, then just remain in the stretch. If you want, maybe you can give yourself a little bit of leverage by pushing this hand back. Breathe out through your mouth and stretch over. Just easy stretch. And then walk yourself back up, and let's do the same thing to the other side. Inhale and exhale. You can exhale through your mouth. Two more times like this. Adding movement to a stretch can really help you relax into it. And then just touch the top of your thigh and then just lean forward, just gently. And stay closed for a couple more breaths. And walk yourself back up. And then shake your legs out a little bit. So now turn to the side so that your legs are staggered like this. And we're going to stretch the top of the thigh this time. So we're going to do that same arm movement. So you inhale, and I'm bending a little bit here, and then exhale, pushing my hip forward, and then leaning back and pushing, and on the exhale. So it's inhale and exhale. Now it does have somewhat of a twist to it, but I really don't feel it too much in my waist. It's more in through the hip. And all the muscles, all the energy flows that are going through the torso on that side. Relax into this hip and then press your hip forward. It stretches into the hip flexor. And now this time, go into the stretch and stay in this pose. Take 3 breaths. And then relax. Go ahead and untangle your legs. Let's do the other side. Your foot back here can be like pointed foot or flexed foot, whatever feels better on you. And then inhale and exhale and push your hip forward. Open up the front of your hip flexors. Inhale and exhale. Two more times. And now this time, remain in the stretch. Take 3 breaths. And then stretch out your legs, maybe shake out a little bit. And then get onto your hands and knees on all fours. And just shake a little bit, dog wagging the tail. Integrate all that stretching. And then let's slowly stand up. I'll remove this blanket. And now I'll adjust the camera. So it's going to be dizzying for a second. And then hopefully it's aiming the same way it was before. Okay, so let's do a little bouncing, a little shaking, shake up all the energy, shake your wrists, bounce your knees. Exhale through your mouth, just sigh out as you exhale. One more breath, and then let that slow down and feel your body. Feel your arms and legs, that wonderful sparkly, tingly feeling of having that energy sensation. Feels really good. And then make your palms face down towards the floor, and we'll have opening the flow. Feet comfortably underneath your shoulders, and then inhale. Pull your hands in towards you a little bit and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. I just let my hips go back a little bit on this part, and then hips go a little bit forward, so it shifts your weight a little. Breathe in and breathe out. See if you can relax your shoulders a little more every time you do another repetition. Relax your shoulders. Relax your whole back. Imagine that there's a slight ripple going up your spine. That's the energy going up. And then a slight ripple on the way down. And now let's change this a little bit and have it just be with one arm. So you just lift one arm, same movement, but just on one side. And then do the other side. You breathe in and breathe out. So now we're focusing on pulling energy up one side of the body. And then we go to the other. It's more balancing. As you shift your attention from one side to the other, energy starts to flow more and more freely. And now let's change this just a little bit more to Quan Yin paints the rainbow. Quan Yin, the goddess of compassion, loving kindness. So we're going to paint the rainbow. So imagine that your fingers are painting the rainbow. Take your right arm up and make a big rainbow that goes all the way around you. And then reach behind and down. You bend down a little bit. Make a huge rainbow. Now, as you come through here, you pick up the other hand. So now one's facing up, one's facing down, and then they both face down. And let your arms sink down again. Now do the other side. Breathe in. You can modify this, make it a smaller arm movement if you want to. And then bend down a little bit. So it has a little bit of a stoop or a squat in it. Palm up, palm down, and then both palms down. And then every time you switch one side to the other. And this rainbow represents the full spectrum of your potential, the full spectrum of your energy. Breathe in, breathe out, scoop up even more energy. Beautiful rainbow colors all around you. And imagine the colors being reinforced every time you do this movement. And you're strengthening the energy flows in your whole system. Both hands move. And coordinate your breath. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale and exhale. Or some variation on that, something that feels really natural to you. And just one more time. And now face your hands towards each other and hold an energy ball between your hands. And you can play with your energy ball a little bit. Focus on your hands, on your palms and your fingers. And with just very small movements, you can test the feeling in between your hands. Smaller your movement, maybe the stronger that feeling is. You can even roll the ball a little bit between your hands. And then bring your hands both down and we'll have centering. So inhale as you bring your right arm up, palm faces side, and then you come down the center line. Same thing, other side. Let's inhale and then exhale. Centering tends to center your energy, pull in all the loose ends that might have fallen out during your day. You can do this at the end of the day. It'd be a very nice time to do that. Inhale and exhale. And now let's add a little something to this. So you inhale, and then from here, you take one hand up and one hand down so that they cross about right here at your chest level. And then you just keep going, one hand up, one hand down. And then you do the same thing again. It'll make that same circulation of your energy. So when you get to this point here, your one hand facing heaven, one hand facing earth, the yin yang energy, you're the bridge between the heavenly energy and the earth energy. Let's try that again. Keep your knees soft. If your knees are kind of sore, maybe shift your weight to the back of your heels a little bit. Inhale as you expand. Exhale as you circle your arms around. And then bring both arms down. Same thing on the other side. Cross your hands about the center of your chest. I think I did not change. Let's try it this way. There we go. Keep centering your energy. You can even close your eyes once you get into the flow of it. And just know that you are the bridge between the energy of heaven and earth. One more time. And then just bring both hands down and cross your hands at the thumb webs. Bring your legs closer together. And relax your shoulders. You can close your eyes if that feels good. And just center your energy behind your hands in your lower abdomen. Take one more breath. And relax your arms down. And let's do a little meditation. Today, let's just do a little breathing meditation. You can sit down. I think you could lie down if you wanted to. You may want a blanket or a sweater. So first, just sit or lie down comfortably. You may want to put on socks. Get some pillows to support you under your legs if you're lying down or behind your back. And then just close your eyes and take a couple of relaxing breaths. You're sitting, Put your hands with the palms facing up on your lap. Or if you're lying down, you can just have your arms by your side, palms facing up in a receptive attitude. And start to focus on your breath. And every time you exhale, feel yourself relaxing a little more deeply. Breathe gently. Avoid any forcing. Just breathe in gently till it feels right. And then breathe out. As you sit, maybe you can breathe a little slower. It'll probably naturally feel good to breathe a little more slowly. And now, as you inhale, as you get to the top of your breath, just pause, just briefly. And then exhale. And then at the bottom of your breath, again, pause just briefly. Keep repeating that. Keep using a gentle breath. There's no need to take big breaths, just easy, soft breaths. Very slight pause at the top. Exhale. Very slight pause at the bottom. As you keep repeating this, notice that your mind gets more still, especially at the points where you pause your breath at the top and when you pause your breath at the bottom. As you calm down and calm your breath, it calms your nervous system. Just keep focusing on your gentle breath. Pause briefly at the top. Pause briefly at the bottom. Just focusing on your breath will amplify your inner energy. If you feel like you want to breathe slower, you can go ahead and do that. It's inhale and pause, and then exhale and pause. As your breath comes down, your brain, your thinking brain calms down. You can relax your body more deeply, and your energy can flow stronger. Just take a few more breaths like this. With a pause at the top and a pause at the bottom. And now just breathe naturally. Let the pauses at the top and the bottom go. And just feel your breath. Feel how easy and gentle your breath has gotten. And then keeping your eyes closed, go ahead and put your hands on your lower abdomen. Focus your attention on your lower abdomen, on your dantian, lower dantian. And then start to make a little circle on your abdomen. And slowly open your eyes. Absorb all the energy we've been working with today. And then you can go ahead and stretch. Take that energy out into your day. Thanks for joining in class today.